Hey everyone, Xavier here and welcome back to our next episode of the SWE Universe Mode. We are back fresh off the back of our All or Nothing pay-per-view with the build-up for Adrenaline for our very next big show coming up for you in 5 episodes time, live here from Virginia Beach. And here we go, we're going to start tonight's show off then with a little bit of TV time. Adam Cole has asked for a chance with the mic in the ring. He wants to address some things after the recent All or Nothing pay-per-view. Of course, that pay-per-view was fantastic for the Undisputed Era, walking out all with gold. Of course, Adam Cole, your Intercontinental Champion still. Tainara Conti, the Women's Champion now. And of course, Red Dragon retaining their Tag Team Championships as well. So Adam Cole, he must be a very happy man after that. But it's all down to now the next step they take to continue their reign of domination here in SWE, which, well, they're just such a dominant force. It's difficult to see anyone really step up to the plate and taking these championships away from them, isn't it, really? It's I can't think of many people on the roster who you'd really put forward for the championship matches. But that's PJ Toby's job. He's going to have to find the right people to challenge these guys for the championships. But that's enough of that. Let's hear direct from the horse's mouth and see what Adam Cole has got to say. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the leader of the most dominant faction ever to step foot inside SWE. That's right, the Undisputed Era. We hold as much gold as we can possibly carry right now. Red Dragon retaining their Tag Team Championships. Tainara Conti becoming the new Women's Championship. And of course myself, I stepped in the ring with this so-called greatest man that ever lived and put him in his place. He's not even on my level. But that's the problem here. Nobody in Adrenaline is on our level. I'm not going to waste my time taking on all comers. I'm a fighting champion, but I'm not going to waste my time taking on any old Tom, Dick or Harry. So I'm going to set up a little gauntlet. The idea is if you can get past both Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, there's an Intercontinental Championship match waiting for you. However, let's face it, there's no one in this roster even good enough to defeat those two, let alone get their chances at fighting me for the Intercontinental Championship. No, that's not. It's not the music. Oh my god, it is. It is the music. It's Daniel Bryan making his debut here in SWE Adrenaline in his ring gear as well. Of course, we've not seen him much at all in SWE so far in WWE 2K18. We've seen him as part of the Mayhem roster as the general manager, but we've not seen him in ring at all so far. But tonight, he's dressed in full ring attire, and Adam Cole's dropped out the ring. He's not quite sure what to say in this situation. Adam Cole might have baited the wrong man out here this evening. I was saying that I didn't think there was much on Adrenaline to really tackle Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era, but Daniel Bryan is a fantastic asset. If PJ Toby has confirmed it here for the Adrenaline roster, then Adam Cole's championship reign might actually be in danger. Wow, Daniel Bryan making his first appearance, of course. Massive star in Ring of Honor, massive star in WWE, and potentially massive star here in SWE as well. The crowd love it. Let's get this man a microphone and see exactly what he's got to say. Consider your challenge accepted. And here is our first match of the evening. It is going to be a Cruiserweight Championship number 1 contendership match as we see Desmond, Xavier, ACH and Ricochet collide in what is going to be an incredible high-flying match. But we've got some big matches coming up for you here this evening, including the beginning of a little bit of a Wrestling World Cup we're going to have here in Adrenaline this month. So the first match that will be later on this evening, we see Hideo Itami representing Japan versus Austin Aries representing America versus Dragon Lee representing Mexico versus Bobby Roode representing Canada in a fatal 4-way elimination match. And of course, as we found out earlier on as well, we are going to see Daniel Bryan in his debut here in Adrenaline, taking on Bobby Fish one-on-one in our main event. Also, we've got a match for Fallah Bahh against a mystery opponent that PJ Toby has selected for him. We're going to see the Motor City Machine Guns taking on the team of Jay Lethal and Sonjay Dutt. And up next, we're going to see Deisuke Sekimoto going on one-on-one against Drew Gulak. So a lot of action here for you this evening, but how do you follow up that massive debut then for Daniel Bryan joining the Adrenaline roster? Absolute scenes here in the Adrenaline arena. And these guys here then, ACH, Desmond, Xavier and Ricochet, have the job of following that massive news. crowd are pretty hyped, ready for this one. Like I said, it is going to be an absolute fantastic, high-flying matchup. We're going to see a lot of good stuff here, I think. And of course, we did a Cruiserweight tournament last month, which was culminated in a triple threat match at the pay-per-view, of which Rey Mysterio Jr. actually successfully retained the championship, showing how good of a wrestler he is. But he's going to have to go one-on-one against these three guys now. Against one of these three guys, let's say. And that is not going to be easy. I think in a triple threat match is tricky, don't get me wrong, because there is issues. You've got to keep track of two people rather than just one, and you can lose your championship without actually getting pinned. Whoa. What happened there? Okay, so my computer just clicked in some music for some reason. Talking of adrenaline, it was the All or Nothing pay-per-view that just popped up. Yes, like I say, it was there's one thing that's good in a triple threat match is the fact that you're not always under attack. You can back away and you can have a few moments to yourself to relax and sort of hide away a little bit. And I think that's a good thing with a triple threat. But in a singles match, you are on the ball all the time. You can't drop to the outside of the ring and have sort of 10-15 minutes rest while the other two guys fight each other. You've got to be on it all the time. So it's a different animal for Rey Mysterio Jr. this month, but you still wouldn't put it past him retaining the championship, would you? And there he is then, King Ricochet himself. Old, I forgot his name now, Trevor Mann? Trevor Mann. One of NXT's newest signings. Be interested to see when he debuts. I did actually read, I know I'm bad, I shouldn't be doing this, but I read the results of the NXT tapings, and did he wrestle? Oh, I don't know if he did now. I don't think he did, but I'm going to have a look. I'm not going to give away any spoilers or results, so don't worry about that. I just want to find out if he wrestled or not. I'm sure I read it somewhere. That's the wrong tapings. He's only got to look at the wrong tapings, isn't he? Right, okay. Okay. So I'm not going to give out any spoilers, so don't worry about that. I just literally want to see if he did actually. I'm sure he did. I might be completely wrong though. I don't think he did actually. No, Ricochet didn't wrestle in the recent set of tapings, which means I think they're right. So they're taped up until the February the 21st episode. So that's not. They've only recorded 3 episodes. It's not major really. And then after those 3 episodes, they'll have another tapings, I suppose, where they'll build up to the WrestleMania one. So that's when we might see the likes of Ricochet come forward then. Straight to wheelbarrow stunner straight off the bat there by ACH out of the traps incredibly quick, and then taking Desmond and Xavier down as well. And ACH pretty new into SWE, of course, only really joined during the Cruiserweight tournament last month, and now trying to showcase the talents that he does have. Nice sit-out power slam there by ACH, going for an early pin, and Ricochet breaking it up straight away. Ricochet now hooking into a nice little buster there, dropping ACH in the back of his head and his shoulders, trying to shock him into potentially getting an early pin, but Desmond Xavier is back up on his feet and will obviously stop Ricochet from doing the like. Ricochet now springboard dropkick, went for the back of ACH, who just spotted it and just sort of backed out the way. Nice tornado DDT there by Desmond Xavier. And now Ricochet dropping to the outside of Desmond Xavier with a... Ooh, went for the butterfly. ACH reversed it into a Hurricanrana. Now ACH bringing Desmond Xavier back up to his feet. And this time hits the butterfly powerbomb and in slides back in Ricochet once again. I tell you what, I am looking forward to the beginning of this World Cup here this evening though. Itami, Aries, Dragon Lee and Bobby Roode. Fatal 4-way elimination match. Essentially, we're going to have 3 of these across the next 3 weeks. We're going to be sort of giving away points. So the first person eliminated gets 1 point. The second person eliminated gets 2 points. The third person eliminated gets 3 points. And the winner gets 4 points. And then what we'll do is the teams with the 2 most points at the end of the month will fight it out at the pay-per-view to be crowned the winners. Which is pretty cool. We're going to see some good stuff in this month. PJ Toby's written some very interesting and really good storyline developing cards as well. We're going to see some really, really good matches across the month. There's a Death Valley driver there by ACH on Desmond Xavier. Ricochet is down as well. Does ACH have enough to try and get a pinning opportunity here, trying to steal a win in the match early? But both guys heading back up to their feet now. ACH stalking. Oh, jumps straight over the top of Desmond Xavier and caught Ricochet with the Hurricanrana. Running clothesline the corner. And Desmond Xavier wisely rolling out of the ring. Knows that he's in trouble and potential to be pinned, so just gets himself out of the way because he knows he can't be pinned on the outside of the ring. Nice Falcon arrow there by Ricochet, but look, ACH perfectly positioned should Ricochet want to go up top, and he does. Nice Phoenix splash from the middle rope, hooks the leg for the pin. Desmond Xavier back up on his feet, but couldn't get in quick enough, but ACH was able to kick out on the one. Xavier now taking Ricochet up on his shoulders. Snake eyes on that top turnbuckle. Ricochet fighting Desmond Xavier away. Oh, Ricochet's been busted open here. Must be when he was dropped head first in the top turnbuckle. Busted open, he's not going to be happy with that, but Desmond Xavier working that forehead straight away, trying to open that cut and trying to increase the amount of blood dropping. I would say Ricochet is the favourite for this one, so if you do see a weakness, it's wise to try and take that. Ricochet now with ACH up on his feet. There's the boot in the side of the face. Into the pin. Desmond Xavier slowly getting back up to his feet. As Ricochet with the pin. It's only enough for a 2. Great match this one so far. And Ricochet bleeding really puts a time limit on this one for him, because the longer the match goes, the more blood he loses. And blood is, as I've said many times before, like liquid energy. Use a lot of blood and you will be dropping very, very easy. So Ricochet's really got to, if he wants to win this one, do it very, very quickly. Desmond Xavier though catching Ricochet with a Saito suplex, folds in half. Bringing Ricochet back up to his feet. This is Desmond Xavier's chance now while ACH is down on the outside. Oh, buckle bomb there by Desmond Xavier. Drops into the pin here, and Ricochet. ACH is not going to make it back to break this pin, is he? No, he's not, but Ricochet is able to kick out on the 2 anyway. Ricochet now back up on his feet. Getting taken down by Desmond Xavier, who now turns his attention to ACH. Desmond Xavier, oh, dropping ACH across the ropes. There's the 619 by Desmond Xavier. Into the springboard splash. Desmond Xavier maybe sending a message here to Rey Mysterio Jr. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Ricochet did not get there in time, and Desmond Xavier gets the victory. And Desmond Xavier is going on to face off against Rey Mysterio Jr. at the next pay-per-view for the Cruiserweight Championship. Really good match, that one. Really good. And Desmond Xavier really picked his opportunity. Ricochet almost got there in time to break the pin, but was just a split second too late. And Desmond Xavier winning the match with a 619 into a springboard splash. Rey Mysterio's patented maneuver that he's been using now for nigh on 20 years. Desmond really sending a message to his potential opponents. There was that buckle bomb by Desmond Xavier on Ricochet. And that was pretty close as well, only enough for a 2 count though. But that's the point that Desmond really took more control of this match. Essentially, that buckle bomb just took Ricochet out for a bit. And made it more difficult for him to get there and try and break this pin up. But there we go, Desmond Xavier is your Cruiserweight #1 contender. That's going to be good. Desmond Xavier versus Rey Mysterio Jr. coming up for you, your next pay-per-view. That is going to be pretty damn epic, I think. And here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be Daisuke Sekimoto taking on Drew Gulak one-on-one. But of course, Japanese Strong Style will be pretty close behind. Right, yeah, I've got an incense stick going in, so I'm just coughing my guts up every 2 bloody seconds here. I do apologise, I'm still getting at the back end of my cold. It's hit me pretty hard, this cold. I've had it for like 2 bloody weeks now. I'll be fine. It's Friday night tonight. For me, anyway. It's probably Saturday night for you. I plan on recording 5 episodes in the next 2 days. Finally keeping to my schedule, eh? I know people be saying that, eh? So yeah, Daisuke Sekimoto, of course, at the pay-per-view, we saw Gulak teaming up with Timothy Thatcher and Oni Lorcan to take on the team of Japanese Strong Style, and actually defeated them as well. Japanese strong styles wanted this match here just to try and get a little bit of retribution, just show that they are the most dominant force here in SWE. And Sekimoto wanted the one-on-one challenge against Drew Gulak. A new Drew Gulak, this time with logos and everything, hopefully. Hopefully. Let's not talk too soon, in case the one that comes out now has got no logos or anything. That'd be well embarrassing, wouldn't it? Right. I put my beer really close to the microphone there. I do apologise. Come on, Gulak, come on. Yeah, he's got logos. I believe in the logos. Oh, there we go. There we go. Finally, I was so annoyed with the pay-per-view with that one that turned up with no bloody logos. I did my head in, that did. So Sekimoto versus Gulak, I know who my money's on. And I think you guys know who my money's on as well. I'm a massive fan of Daisuke Sekimoto. He's being booked for some American shows now, I've been shown. Jay over at Gaming HD's copied me into a few, and I didn't realise he's been booked for stuff like Evolve and so forth, which is pretty cool actually. Because I honestly thought that he wasn't that well known as such. Because I only saw him, I watched him wrestle 2 or 3 times because I had a real thing for, like, the first indie company I got into was Combat Zone Wrestling. And not because of the deathmatch aspect of it, but more for just the indie wrestling in general. Handshake being offered here by Gulak. Oh, and a cheap shot to the face of Sekimoto. I don't think Sekimoto's going to forget about that, is he? Wow. That has not gone down well. Yeah, I used to watch quite a lot of Combat Zone Wrestling, the first indie company I really got into. And Sekimoto wrestled quite a few times because he's part of Big Japan, which of course is a deathmatch promotion over in Japan, but he wrestles in the strong style side of it, so not necessarily the hardcore. He is more, I could say, the actual wrestling side. And I got really hooked. He's just the strong style aspect, the suplexes, everything about him. I got really hooked, and I must admit I didn't realise many other people knew about him. When I found the core of Sekimoto, I was like, wow, that's amazing. I'm so happy he's actually on the game. But to see other people and the fact that he's been booked in America and that as well, it makes me really happy actually. And it'd be someone I would like to see in WWE. It's not going to happen, don't get me wrong. But it would be really, really cool to have someone like that in WWE. Just the sheer strength and domination that this guy could pull off. And who knows, this sort of Japanese strong style thing could work pretty well in New Japan, couldn't it really? New Japan. In WWE, what am I on about? Just got Japan on the mind. Sekimoto taking Gulak up into a Liger Bomb. And now Sekimoto with a gut-wrench powerbomb. And Sekimoto just running the ropes now, just to give himself a little bit of exercise. I think it's become a bit too easy for him, hasn't it? Nice big high-angle backdrop once again by Sekimoto, and now just twisting the head and the neck of Drew Gulak. Oh, really wrenching at it. Big right hand by Sekimoto. Now to German suplex. Bridges for the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Daisuke Sekimoto does pick up the victory over Drew Gulak, which in the end was pretty easy, wasn't it? And I think Gulak is learning to regret his decisions. That cheap shot at the beginning, it was a bad choice, wasn't it, really? Let's face it, we all know it was going to be a bad choice. He was always going to take a severe beating for that, wasn't he, really? And there's that German suplex. You just saw the back of the neck of Gulak hit that bottom rope at the same time. There was just a lot of damage put into that. What a great win there by Daisuke Sekimoto, then absolutely dominating Drew Gulak and heading outside the ring here. And oh, it looks like Sekimoto might not be done. He's got himself a steel chair. Oh, just slamming the steel chair right into the knee and the lower leg of Drew Gulak, really doing some severe damage. Oh, and once again the chair right across the leg of Gulak. Let me see the referee here calling for the back. He's calling to the back. Yeah, I think he's Gulak's in trouble here. Yes. The referee, I think he's requesting, yeah, medical assistance. Here comes a stretcher. Wow. These guys were primed and ready to go, weren't they? Gulak gonna have to be taken away from here on a stretcher. The damage done to the leg with that steel chair is just too much. And Sekimoto here really enjoying this, isn't he? Really enjoying this. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be a tag team match, tornado tag to be precise. We're going to see the team of Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt teaming up once again, and this time taking on the Motor City Machine Guns. This team of Dutt and Lethal could have a future here potentially in SWE. We saw them wrestle just before the end of last month against P.T. Williams and Bobby Roode. Of course, both of those guys are part of Team Canada in our World Cup. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they get on here again this evening. Probably quite a strong team. Very, very strong in singles, but as a team together, and they lack a bit of experience, I suppose, in the tag team spectrum. So it'll be interesting to see just how well they do get on, and whether their singles abilities shine through, or whether it is actually the teamwork of the Motor City Machine Guns. I feel like in this kind of match, of course, we're going Tornado in this one. I feel like this might be better suited for the singles guys. But you never know. Why are they... What? What is wrong with this bloody game? Avert your eyes, people. These are not your tag team champions. Why they have the belt, I have got absolutely no idea. We all watched All or Nothing. We know these guys lost the tag team championship match to Red Dragon. So why have they got the bloody belts? Oh my god. If 2K and Ukes could actually make a stable game that worked, it would be an absolute miracle at this point in time. I lose more hope for them every single bloody week I do. There we go. Anyway, enough of my depression. My depression. It's time to go. Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal versus Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Tornado rules. No countouts, of course. There is disqualifications, but first win, first pinfall or submission is the victory. Everyone's legal, so it doesn't matter who gets that either. Oh, nice gut breaker, gut breaker. I'm losing it, people. I'm losing it. I'm sorry. Right, Northern Light suplex there by Alex Shelley on Jay Lethal. Sanjay Dutt bringing Sabin back up to his feet, but Sabin fighting back. Taking Dutt up onto his shoulders and dropping him face first. The Motor City Machine Guns are in full control of this match at this point in time. Nice dragon screw there by Jay Lethal as Sabin just taking Dutt off the apron. All of a sudden now we've got two separate one-on-one matches going. Oh, nice. Lethal just running straight through Shelley. Sabin now, Liger Bomb on the outside, but you see what he did there? He ran straight past the matting, making sure that he planted the body of Sanjay Dutt on the solid wooden floor. No giving that. There's not much give in the matting, to be honest, but it does take a bit of the edge off. But now oh, wow, Sanjay Dutt. Dragon suplex dropping the back of the head and neck and shoulders of Sabin on that wooden floor as well. There's the pin by Lethal inside the ring. Only enough for a 1 count though. Ooh. See Dutt there just slamming Sabin back first across the apron. Shelley has full control of Jay Lethal in the inside the ring at this point in time though as well. As Dutt sends Sabin back in. And now Lethal spinning it around on Shelley, but Shelley fighting back with the elbow in the face of Dutt. I'm getting the people confused now. Nice Northern Light suplex there, but broken up right away by Jay Lethal, and I'm going mad. My mind is gone. Right, we're gonna start this again. Sanjay Dutt, there we go. Right hand right in the face of Sabin. Oh, and dropping him face first. Thought he was gonna go for the dragon suplex, but reversed it into that gutbuster. And now Lethal and Dutt in full control. Commentator's curse there as Alex Shelley taking down Jay Lethal straight away. And yeah, this could be the start of a very interesting tag team here, the Lethal and Dutt combination. They teamed up a few times in the the early days of TNA. Of course, when they were both part of the X division. As Dutt now taking... What is he up to here? Sabin up on his shoulders. I've seen this before. Boom! Wow, what a takedown. Just flattened Sabin. That is so dangerous, what Dutt just did there. So Lethal went for the knees there. Alex Shelley was able to roll out of the way. I still can't understand why the game gave Motor City Machine Guns a Tag Team Championships. We all saw the match at All or Nothing. They lost. They're just... It's happened a lot though. I've had a lot of problems with the Cruiserweight Championship in this universe mode. It keeps... it vacates the belt at the end of every show. I don't know why. Oh, knees in the face there by Sabin. Nice drop kick as Shelley catching Lethal with the Sleeve del Sol. And now Shelley with a super kick in the face of Lethal as Sabin takes down Dutt. And this could be a great opportunity here for Motor City Machine Guns to get a pin, but no. Shelley decides to continue the assault and goes for an... Wow, that was a completely messy knee drop, that wasn't it? He got pushed halfway across the ring and ended up garroting himself across the top rope. Shelley now taking Lethal up. Lethal fighting back with a knee in the face. Neck breaker there by Shelley as Dutt comes flying out the corner. Sabin avoided it. Spinning kick to the gut. Oh, look at that quick snap German suplex. Ace crusher there by Sabin on Sonjay Dutt, but can't really take advantage while Lethal's up on his feet. So continues the assault. There's a springboard cutter by Jay Lethal taking down Shelley. Now going for the pin. Sabin breaks up straight away though, as you'd expect really. Lethal quick punch on the face of Sabin now into an Alabama slammer. Now Lethal is the only man up on his feet. Lethal went for the springboard elbow, but Sabin rolled out of the way. So the tag division is quite open here. Well, I say open. We heard earlier on about the sheer dominance that we have already with Undisputed Era. How long that dominance will last, we don't know. It could be about which one of these tag teams can really step up to the mark. But, of course, we've got Ricochet and Matt Sydal. We've got Motor City Machine Guns, got Bad Influence. Got this Lethal and Dutt now as well. Best Friends as well. We've got some really good teams on this roster. And, of course, we've seen quite a lot of Zayn and Owens working together. There's the armbar there by Jay Lethal on Sabin. Dutt has Shelley immobilized. Is Sabin going to tap? No, Sabin manages to roll it through and break free. Now Dutt going for the pin on Shelley. Oh, referee does see Shelley grab a hold of that bottom rope. And now once again, Lethal wrenching up of that arm. This could be enough. Shelley being immobilized by Sonjay Dutt. No, again, Sabin able to roll free. Russian leg sweep by Dutt, but the longer this match has gone on, the more that Dutt and Lethal are taking control, he says. Air raid slam there by Sonjay Dutt on Shelley. Lethal rolls to the outside. Dutt with the Hurricanrana on Sabin. Drops into the pin. Shelley's down. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count. Dutt there with the right hand right in the gut of Sabin. While Lethal trying to take Shelley down. And once again, you see the team here of Dutt and Lethal just in control. Oh, what a stiff clothesline that was by Alex Shelley out of nowhere. As Dutt now with the Sleeve del Sol. Whoa. Both Shelley and Lethal drop into the ground, but Shelley was able to get in quickly enough to break that pin up. Oh, Dutt rolling Shelley through. 1, 2. Oh, Dutt almost got it. It was such a slow count by the referee, though. Such a slow count by the referee. That's brain bust there by Alex Shelley, and Sabin drops over for the pin. Shelley turned his back and didn't see Lethal come in and break that up. Saban now looking for another gutbuster on Jay Lethal. Springboard knee strike there by Alex Shelley. Motor City Machine Guns in control. Drop kick there from the middle rope by Saban. Death Valley driver air raid combination there by Alex Shelley. There's the pin. This could be enough. 1, 2, and 3. And it is the Motor City Machine Guns to pick up the victory here against the team of Jay Lethal and Sonjay Dutt. And Motor City Machine Guns just continue to show their dominance in this universe mode, and why the game, for some bizarre reason, thinks they're tag team. They're not tag team champions. Let's just put that to bed now. They are not tag team champions. Those belts, I will remove them once again and put them back on Red Dragon where they should be. I don't know why it's done that. It's such a simple aspect of, like, the people that win keep the belts, but the game's like, nah, bugger that. I changed my mind. I'm gonna make them the champions. I changed my goddamn mind. Don't give them the belts back. Good, they're not giving them the belts back. Okay, we're going to keep the championships now. I don't know where they got them from, but they're not having them back. Right, so great win here then for Motor City Machine Guns. I'm still looking forward to that World Cup match. I'm hyped for that World Cup match. So we are going to move straight into our next match, and it is our opportunity to see Fallah Bahh in action once again here in Adrenaline. The big man, PJ Toby, said he's got himself an opponent for Fallah Bahh here. Nobody really fancied this, so it'll be interesting to see who PJ Toby has managed to rope into this, because I don't feel like it's going to be a good situation for anybody, is it really? Apart from Fallah Bahh, potentially. I'm still disappointed in the way the game doesn't allow really, really fat people. Like, this is the limit of the size that you can really get on this game, which is the Rikishi sort of size, which is not... It's chunky, but it's not really... it's not excessive like the guys like Fallah Bahh are, and because we really wanted, myself and PJ really wanted a Yokozuna core for Mayhem this year, and even that we can't. Well, the best we can get for Yokozuna is essentially this size, which is just not right, really. So I'm hoping they put Yokozuna back on the game next year, because he's just really difficult to create. But this Fallah Bahh's alright for now. We can use this one. Give me a shell, yeah. There he is. The man that PJ Toby has managed to rope into this match against Fallah Bahh, making his SWE debut. It's Shark Boy. Good old Shark Boy. The TNA's equivalent of James L's. Well, that's harsh on Shark Boy, that isn't it, really? Now, Shark Boy is an institution in TNA. Somebody who always used to return every, I don't know, once a year for a jobbing match, or just some entertaining TV, because he's a very comedic wrestler, isn't he, of course? And it'd be interesting to see how he gets on against a man the size of Fallah Bahh in this match. It's not going to be bloody easy, is it, for him? Let's face it. He's probably going to get absolutely destroyed here, but on the plus side, he's getting TV time in SWE. He's getting his debut opportunity. If he does something well here, you know, Shark Boy, we could see more of him. Maybe we can add an extra nation to our World Cup of, like, representing the ocean. What wrestlers we have the ocean? Typhoon? Typhoon and Tugboat. There you go, Typhoon, Tugboat, and Shark Boy. Wow, there's a handshake there by Fallah Bahh. That's completely out of character, isn't it? That's a shame. But there we go, the bell goes now, and we are underway. Fallah Bahh versus... Oh my god. Yeah, we said this could be dangerous for Shark Boy. Fallah Bahh just flattened him there with a Fez press. A boot in the back. Dropping his entire body weight across that arm of Shark Boy, and that can do some serious damage, even break that arm potentially. Fallah Bahh now then taking Shark Boy up into a suplex into the corner turnbuckle as well. Oh, Shark Boy's fighting back. Referee's going to have to look at that. I think Fallah Bahh just took a fin in the face, which is very dangerous. Those shark fins, you know. There's jabs there by Shark Boy. I don't think it's necessarily going to help him out too much in the long run. I think it's just going to really start to annoy Fallah Bahh to the point where he's going to become more dangerous. With that stiff back elbow. That was a Lesnar elbow, that was. That was a... You just looked at me the wrong way, so I'm going to brutalise you. And Fallah Bahh with a pin, and Fallah Bahh with a win. Wow. So Shark Boy's debut on SWE wasn't necessarily very exciting, was it? He just got absolutely demolished by Fallah Bahh. But Fallah Bahh just continued to show how dominant he is here in SWE. And look at that big sit-out slam, hook the leg, and then just basically sat across the chest. Shark Boy had no chance. And Fallah Bahh continues his reign of dominance. And it'd be interesting to see where Fallah Bahh goes now. Where can he go? Who can stop him? At the moment, he's being fed a lot of minnows, but I don't think anybody else really wants to face him. It'd be interesting to see who PJW does manage to rope into that. And here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be that fatal 4-way elimination. First match in our mini World Cup series here in Adrenaline. It's going to be a good one, isn't it? We've got 4 nations being represented: Japan, America, Mexico, and Canada. And first of all, then, we have the entrant representing Japan. It is Hideo Itami, former Adrenaline Intercontinental Champion Hideo Itami. And of course, if you want to know who else is in these teams, you have to look next week, can't you? I'm not your bitch, I'm not going to tell you. You have to tune in for the next episode, wouldn't you? That was really... I don't know what happened to me there. That was really aggressive of me. I do apologise. I'm still not going to tell you, though. But yeah, it's going to be really good. So basically, we've got 3 Fatal 4-Way elimination matches. Like I said earlier on, the winner of the match is going to get 4 points for their nation. Second place gets 3 points. Third place gets 2 points. And fourth place gets 1 point. The 2 nations with the most points at the end will battle in a 6-man tag match at the final pay-per-view. The next pay-per-view, to be crowned the winners of the Adrenaline SWE World Cup. Which is going to be pretty damn awesome. So we've got Hideo Itami, like I said, representing Japan. Next up, representing America, the greatest man that ever lived. Fresh off of a unfortunate loss at the pay-per-view to Adam Cole for the Intercontinental Championship. It is the leader of the V-Generation. Yeah, there you go, V-Generation. Mr. Austin Aries. I don't like vegan food. I think it's pretty horrible. I struggle. I'm sure there's probably vegans out there that probably understand it, but I just don't like the food, to be honest. I need something meaty. I can only be vegan because I drink too much milk as well. I'm a hound for milk. I drink tons of milk. Anyway, enough of my personal life about my milk addiction, my mild milk addiction. And even this in the ring alone, Austin Aries versus Hideo Itami, would be pretty awesome. And then we're going to add to that Dragon Lee representing Mexico and Bobby Roode, the glorious one, representing Canada as well, which is going to be just insane, isn't it? And don't forget our main event this evening, the debut of Daniel Bryan, who's actually, after looking back at it, Daniel Bryan has not wrestled once so far on WWE 2K18 in the SWE Universe mode, has he? Not once has he wrestled. Because he has been involved in... He was the general manager over on Mayhem. Of course, he had that whole little situation with Finn Balor. And now moving over here to Adrenaline. Wanted to get an opportunity to show what he can do in the ring. That's a pretty cool shirt, isn't it? So he's got Dragon Lee on the right. He's got Mystic on the left. Got Rush. Not quite sure who Rush is, to be honest. Pretty cool shirt though, isn't it? And for me in this one, Dragon Lee might be the wild card. I think he's the least known out of the 4 in this match. So he can be the wild card, see what he can pull out of the bag here. I don't know what I was saying, I got distracted. What was I saying? Oh, come on, well confused. It's gone. But yeah, Daniel Bryan, yeah. He didn't wrestle at all over in Mayhem. He was the general manager. And now, of course, moving over to Adrenaline. Still yet to be in the ring once. But tonight, you will see him in our very next match, actually, against Bobby Fish. One half of the actual tag team champions. None of this dodgy, glitchy game stuff. One half of the actual tag team champions. And we also understand that Bobby Fish has requested that he go to the ring alone. He does not want any members of the Undisputed Era there. He wants to prove that he is better than Daniel Bryan on his own. And I can't wait for next week as well. So, as we mentioned earlier on, the challenge put in place by Adam Cole is that Daniel Bryan needs to defeat both Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly to get a chance of fighting off against Adam Cole for the Intercontinental Championship at the pay-per-view. Now, if Daniel Bryan does get past Bobby Fish here this evening, then he will face off against Kyle O'Reilly next week, which will be an amazing match. Stunning match. And it's cool for me because I sort of remember, just from watching some of the old indie DVDs that I've got, I recall when Daniel Bryan left Dragon Gate USA, his last appearance with Dragon Gate USA, he did a little promo. And the promo was that he was leaving to go to WWE. However, he was leaving the indie scene in good hands. And those good hands were Davey Richards. Then, about 2 years later, at a PWG event, Davey Richards did the same promo, but replaced the word WWE with TNA. And left the indie scene in the hands of Kyle O'Reilly. Which was pretty damn cool. So it just shows it's... I want to say it's not two generations as such, but it's two lots of hand-me-downs, I suppose. What's the word? Who's the trainee's trainee, I suppose, isn't it, with Daniel Bryan and Kyle O'Reilly? But Kyle O'Reilly definitely can hold his own in this situation, and I would not be surprised if Kyle O'Reilly could make Daniel Bryan tap out next week. I'm not saying it's going to happen. That match might not even happen, but I'm hyped. I hope it does happen. But of course, Daniel Bryan first needs to get through Bobby Fish in our main event here this evening, which is no easy feat at all, is it? The Glorious One. I've not seen much of not seen much of Bobby Roode, really. I don't really watch a lot of the main roster stuff now, to be honest. I watch all the NXT still, but it's crazy because I want to see people promoted from NXT onto the main roster. And then I just don't watch the main roster. It's sort of like when they get promoted, I lose track of what's going on because I just struggle to keep up with that much wrestling per week, to be honest. I need little bite-sized chunks. That's what I need. There we go. The bell goes, and we are underway. So once again, Hideo Itami representing Japan. Austin Aries representing America. Dragon Lee representing Mexico. And Bobby Roode representing Canada. This is a 4-way elimination match. The winner of the match will get 4 points. Second place gets 3 points. Third place gets 2 points. And the last place, first person eliminated, will walk away with one measly 1 measly point? I think that's right. Not muesli. Muesli is a type of cereal, isn't it? It's not a type of cereal. Oh, yeah. I keep on this bloody random little I can't remember the word for that now. Sidetracks? Oh, I don't care. It doesn't matter, does it? So Itami final against Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee is Mexican, but takes a lot of his inspirations from Japanese, doesn't he? As you can tell by the name Dragon Lee, of course, Lee synonymous with kicking, really, isn't it? If you think about it, if you think of the likes of Bruce Lee and people like that, and dragons are just very Japanese in general. I think Dragon Lee has wrestled quite extensively in Japan, and a lot of times they do that, don't they? Let's get a bit of a gander. Let's have a little Dragon Lee lesson. So Dragon Lee works for CMLL. Okay, this is the wrong Dragon Lee. There we go. Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee is a Mexican luchador. And works for CMLL. And he's a Technico, which means a good guy. Dragon Lee's real name is not a matter of public record. Well, they've hidden that pretty well, haven't they? So yeah, he is Mexican. He started working in New Japan this year. He worked a bit of Ring of Honor in 2016. And now working New Japan as well. I think he was part of the Super J Cup, wasn't he? Not Super J Cup, it's for the Best of Super Juniors. So Aries now bringing Dragon Lee back up to his feet. Into the turnbuckle he goes. I'm sorry if I'm getting worse and worse. Look at my throat is getting worse and worse as I go along here. You know. Oh, nice rolling elbow there by Aries on Dragon Lee. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Dragon Lee could have been the first one eliminated there. And that's the worst thing you want here. Is being the first man eliminated from the first match. Because that could really just hold your entire team back point-wise. Neckbreaker there by Aries. And straight then into the submission as well. And Dragon Lee has tapped out. Dragon Lee has been eliminated. And Dragon Lee walks away with just 1 point. I told my throat's getting worse, didn't I? So Japan, 1 point. It's getting very Eurovision. United Kingdom, 0 point. So that's pretty, it's not too bad for the rest of the guys involved then. I'm just disappointed in Dragon Lee, to be honest, getting eliminated that quickly. I thought we'd have a bit more to him. Itami here just brutalising Austin Aries across the barricade there. And Bobby Roode taking his advantage to take control. Aries now running neckbreaker on Hideo Itami. And I think if you were to finish second in this one, I think you'd be happy. Third is not the worst result, but it's not great. But winning puts your team in a real strong position moving forward, as Aries now going for the pin. He's got his feet up on the ropes, which is... I think that is actually not allowed. Because fatal four-ways are normally no disqualification because you've got no one to disqualify. However, in the case of an elimination match, I feel like disqualification does still count. Ooh. Hideo just flops there like a dead fish. Like a kipper. And I feel bad for Hideo here because Aries and Roode just both taking him out at the moment. You see there Hideo finally getting some offense back on Roode, then just gets caught by Aries, now falls at the back of the suplex. And again, it's just a numbers game. Every time Hideo tries to get back into this one, Aries and Roode... Oh, yes, it is, isn't it? Just thinking about it. It's two guys working together as part, of course, of the Dirty Heels stable. The tag team champions we saw in TNA. And they're working together really well here to try and guarantee themselves 3 and 4 points. And like I said, I think both of them would be happy with 3 or 4 points. As Hideo was taking Bobby Roode up on the shoulders and looking for the GTS, and Aries catches him from behind, and Aries pins him. There we go. Aries steals the pin away from... What was on about? Dragon Lee's Mexico, you knob. Mexico get 1 point. Japan gets 2 points. So it's between America and Canada now. And that's worked pretty well. The Dirty Heels combination, they've worked pretty well. One of them's going to get 3 points. One of them's going to get 4 points. I think both of them will be happy with that. But of course, now they're fighting out for that extra points. That early lead is what they really want. As Aries spinning neckbreaker from the apron to the outside. Aries now sending Roode back into the ring. Roode now back up on his feet. Aries sends him into the turnbuckle. Oh, running elbow into a snapmare. Now this could be a great tag team as well. Talking about the tag team division earlier on, weren't we? Nice jumping elbow strike to the back there by Aries. Aries now stalking Bobby Roode. There's the neck breaker. Holds it. Over for the last chancery submission hold. And Bobby Roode taps out in USA. Pick up the full 4 points in the first match. Canada picking up 3. Japan picking up 2. And Mexico picking up the 1. Austin Aries also eliminated. Did he eliminate everyone? Yeah. Did he? I don't know. There was a rolling forearm. I'm going to get to see it twice. That's how good it was. Did he eliminate everyone? 1, 2... think he might have eliminated everyone, you know. He eliminated Hideo. Yeah, that's a brutal result then, isn't it, for Austin Aries? If he eliminated everyone, that just shows his dominance here, and PJ2 might have to have a look at that, because that is very, very dominant. I'm just writing the points down, using your pen, tap it away in the background. So USA take the early lead in the World Cup on 4 points, but things will definitely be looking different next week. 4 more fantastic wrestlers, all again representing Mexico, Japan, USA and Canada. And of course, more points up for grab. If Mexico get the win, then all of a sudden they're thrown straight back into this competition. So it's not over for Mexico, but they do need a decent result next week. And now then it's time for our main event of the evening. As promised, the eagerly awaited debut of Daniel Bryan taking on one half of the tag team champions, Bobby Fish. So if you don't see the beginning of the episode, that might be better English, I suppose. We saw Adam Cole coming out and boasting about how dominant the Undisputed Era were, and the fact that they now are the most dominant stable in SWE history by all holding gold. We've got Red Dragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly holding the tag team championships, Tainara Conte holding the women's championship, and of course Adam Cole still retaining his Intercontinental Championship. At that point in time, he taunted everyone, said about how strong he was, and how nobody on the roster for Adrenaline could hold a candle to him, and he didn't feel like he wanted to waste his time with meaningless opponents anymore. So he set up this little gauntlet, I suppose, if you look at it that way. The idea is if you can defeat both Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, then you are ready to face off against Adam Cole, and that's exactly the challenge that the debuting Daniel Bryan took up. Can you imagine the new WWE game? WWE 2K19? Coming out in only 6 months' time, people, remember that? No, it'd be 8 months' time, wouldn't it? 8 months' time. Can you imagine how good that's going to be? Fish, O'Reilly, Adam Cole on the game. Velveteen Dream on the game. Cien Almas on the game, hopefully, with Zelina Vega. Heavy Machinery. Street Profits, Shelton Benjamin. There's going to be loads of people, isn't there? Loads. Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane. It's going to be a much bigger roster next year. They said every year, didn't they? But the fact that WWE keeps signing more and more people, and if War Machine and Ricochet can debut before WrestleMania as well, that'd be great. But I feel like War Machine and Ricochet now are going to end up being DLC. I hope they're not, but I just know what 2K and WWE and Ukes are like. They want to milk us out of as much DLC money as possible, so making those guys DLC is highly likely. So Daniel Bryan's debut. Is he going to be ring rust? That's a big question. He's not wrestled at all in SWE on this game. The last time we saw him wrestle was in SWE in WWE 2K17. And this is no easy match to walk into. This is not like Fallah Bahh walking over Shark Boy earlier on, or Sekimoto destroying Gulak. This is taking on one half of the current tag team champions. And Daniel Bryan is ready. The bell goes, we are underway, and straight away Daniel Bryan catching Bobby Fish with a neck breaker. And Daniel Bryan starting things off early, but like I said, the ring rust will probably take more effect the later the match goes, because the later the match goes, the more tired Daniel Bryan might become, and it might become more difficult for him to pull out the maneuvers he wants to. It's the lungs. Has he got the lungs to continue? And he's got the heart, he's got the brain, but it's his body, it's his physical state that might hold him back. Bobby Fish now dropping the knees right across the gut and the chest area of Daniel Bryan. Fish now taunting up on the middle rope. Maybe not the best idea. It's allowed Daniel Bryan to get back up to his feet, but Fish catches Bryan with a knee in the face as well. Bryan now catching Fish off the far ropes. Fish catches him. The jawbreaker. Fish just seems to have more speed. I don't know what it is with Bryan here. He's just that inch too slow. And like I said, the ring rust, that's probably what it is that's affecting him. Just that couple of yards too slow. that inch. When Bobby Fish is up and ready to fight, and Daniel Bryan still trying to get there. Bryan though playing possum on the outside. Shoulder block to Fish. Bryan now crucifix bomb on the outside. Bryan slamming the arm of Bobby Fish into the mat, and I'm thinking carefully not to get counted out as this match continues on the outside. But Bobby Fish sending Daniel Bryan back into the ring, and Fish all of a sudden taking control again. It's just out of nowhere, isn't it? Daniel Bryan fighting back with the right hand in the guts. Oh, reverse DDT by Bobby Fish as well on Daniel Bryan. Into the pin, and very much back and forth. Bryan just can't seem to hold a long offense in this match, can he? Just every time he really gets himself up and going, Fish is able to turn it back around, back in his favour. And again, that comes with a bit of time in the ring, doesn't it, really? Like I said, Bryan hasn't wrestled in a good sort of 4, 5, 6 months for us. As Fish working over that leg, but Daniel Bryan rolls him through. And of course, Fish does like to utilise that knee bar later on in the match, as Daniel Bryan now dragon suplex on Bobby Fish, dropping him on the back of his neck and his shoulders, which could weaken the body, ready potentially for a label lock later on. Bryan now bringing Fish back up to his feet. Northern Light suplex. Again, neglects the bridge and the pin, mainly because it's probably going to take more energy out of him trying to keep that bridge going. But vintage Daniel Bryan here with the strikes across the chest, followed up by the big roundhouse right to the side of the head. Roadhouse. Daniel Bryan now stalking Bobby Fish, running knee strike right in the face. Daniel Bryan with a pin. Bobby Fish busted open as well. 1, 2, and oh wow, Bobby Fish kicked out. Bobby Fish has kicked out of that running knee strike, and he's busted open. Blood streaming from the forehead now of Fish. Daniel Bryan up on the middle rope, went for the drop kick, but Fish avoids it, and Fish looking to fight. If this was WWE, this match would have been stopped by now. The dodgy guy with the gloves would be in the ring. You know the guy I mean. Daniel Bryan fighting back out of that suplex, now into a German. The dodgy glove guy likes to rub you. We need to stop the blood, otherwise Mr. McMahon will not be happy. Otherwise Italian, so there we go. Daniel Bryan now looking for the flying goat. We did, but Fish rolled out the way. Now Daniel Bryan avoiding the kick by Fish now, and you see all of a sudden the speed of Fish seems to have slowed down a bit. Daniel Bryan, as time's going on, I thought he might struggle later on in this match, but he's just going to get more and more into it, but then he gets caught with that T-bone suplex. Fish now bringing Daniel Bryan back up to his feet, but Bryan fighting Fish away, avoiding the ace crusher. Now into a Saito suplex, just launching Fish across the ring. Fish catching Bryan with a boot in the face. And just rolling him over for the pin. I think this is just more of a case of Fish just wasting time here, just trying to get a few seconds of relaxation. Fish just dropping the boots in the face of Daniel Bryan. Back up to his feet. Sending Bryan into the turnbuckle. Oh, Bryan catching Fish with that boot in the face, but Fish fighting back with a jawbreaker. It's Reversal City out here right now. Fish really taking his time to get over to Bryan in the corner. And he does eventually manage to figure out how close he needed to be to actually to suplex Daniel Bryan. I don't know why the game's so stupid sometimes. It's like it's coded. You think it'd be clever enough to know how close it needs to be to the turnbuckle to get the grapple, don't you, really? But there you go. Fish now seems to be able to have him in infinite reversals at this point in time, but Daniel Bryan catches him once again with this Saito suplex. And now Bryan up on the middle rope, taunting the crowd. Maybe not the best idea in the world, to be honest. Like I said, it's both these guys, top quality wrestlers. You want to make sure you finish them off when you get the opportunity. Don't take your mind or your eyes off anybody. Daniel Bryan now stalking Bobby Fish. Does he have him looking for the label lock? He does. Hooks the arm, wrenches back, and label lock locked in. Pretty dead center of the ring, and Bobby Fish taps out, which means Daniel Bryan will go on next week. Thank God for that. Daniel Bryan's gone on next week to face off against Kyle O'Reilly in the dream match I wanted to see. Nice. Nice. Looking forward to that bad boy now. Daniel Bryan versus Kyle O'Reilly. And if Daniel Bryan wins, he faces Adam Cole at the pay-per-view for the Intercontinental Championship. That is a big match next week. I say next week. This episode will be uploaded tomorrow, by the way. I'm just so used to in this this grand scheme of things in the universe, I just say next week every time for the next show. But yeah, that's going to be massive. Daniel Bryan versus Kyle O'Reilly next episode. And we're also going to see the next fatal 4-way elimination in the World Cup next episode as well. We've also got planned in for you an Adrenaline #1 contendership match, as well as some good stuff going on, actually. Next episode's going to be pretty damn good, and we'll see that again, like I said, tomorrow. I should get all uploaded, ready to go. But a great win here for Daniel Bryan. He hit the running knee strike, busted open Bobby Fish earlier on, did some good damage to the upper body and the arms and the shoulders before eventually managing to lock in the label lock right dead center of the ring. And Bobby Fish had no choice here, because he has to think about his tag team championship reign, Bobby Fish. If he was to stay in that hold for too long and end up picking up an injury, that could be detrimental against that championship reign. So he had to tap there, really. It was the only sensible thing to do. There we go, guys. That is the end of this episode of Adrenaline. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do slap a like, and of course, subscribe if you would like to see some more. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for our next episode of SWE Adrenaline. Bye. Yes, yes, yes. Play my game, 1, 2, 3.